Hello, I'm Connie Kantor. When you elect me to the Charlotte County School Board, I will work for you to build a strong relationship with our state legislators, listen to and respect the recommendations of parents, provide personalized guidance for students, and prevent violence in our schools. As your school board member, I would personally donate over $10,000 in scholarship monies to students and teachers.
The school board needs a leader. Vote for Connie Kantor on September 5th and let her go to work for you.
I have one.
Ms. Kantor.
Dr. Gaylor, I know when you were here in Charlotte County, you resided in Sarasota County. And as you mentioned, since you've been in the service of Manatee County, you have not moved there either. Would you plan to move to Charlotte County where you offered the position of superintendent here?
Absolutely. Would you like me to elaborate on that a little bit?
That and how you would invest yourself in our community. It goes beyond, I think you can invest yourself in a community even though you may not live here. We have a lot of teachers that live in Northport and the like, but that did seem to be a concern in the past. And so, but I'm more concerned or interested in your investment in our community, how you...
Okay. On the issue of living in Sarasota County, I did live in Charlotte County when I first moved here in 1998, and because of a job change where my wife had to drive to the University of South Florida from here, an hour and 45 minutes one way, we decided to move north. I wouldn't put her on the highway that long. I thought that was not the right thing to do. So when I moved to Manatee County, she changed jobs at the same time, and we thought we're not moving and both changing jobs in July and August. But there is no way that chief executive officer of a school district should live anywhere but the community that they work in. So if you were to offer me the job and I moved to this county, then again, I mentioned something about an authentic involvement in community. What I am interested in doing and what I would do in terms of investing in the community is to be absolutely certain that any interest of the community that needed to be filled, whether it be an interest of the chamber or the interest of a smaller group or a ministerial association or a school, was filled. I like the idea of becoming very involved in certain aspects of the school system that you normally don't get involved in as a superintendent. For example, a school advisory committee. I think that involvement, which I've had in the past, was very rewarding and also pretty eye-opening. A lot of times you get the opportunity to see and hear things that you don't hear as you work in a district office. I'm always very interested in sports. I have coached some Little League in the past, and I continue to enjoy that sort of thing when I can. It's been a while. The various community organizations that exist, I think for me, a very authentic way and a very natural way for me to be involved in those is to make sure that at least once a year I get the opportunity to work with them in some capacity or be present at a luncheon or speak so that they know what is going on in the school district, and I can find out a little bit more about what's going on from their perspective in the community. So I believe that those kinds of things that I'm interested in, that the community is interested in, I think would make a good blend for me and for the community to exchange information and to be sure that the community was very much aware of where we were in the school district, and also to advise and solicit help from the community as needed.
Thank you. And Mrs. Messina, you are up next with curriculum and student achievement.
Okay.
Is that it for this category then?
That's it.
Okay, next is support services. Mrs. Kantor.
We're falling just a little bit behind, so maybe we can catch up some time in this category of support services. Dr. Whittaker, first question is, how has Lee County made support services an integral part of student achievement, or how would you see, especially given the budgetary climate, the economic situation in Florida?
we have a mixed report card on being able to do this. Some of our support services have aligned and become an integral part of student achievement and teaching and learning in the Lee County schools. Other parts of the organization have lagged behind in that. So we have not reached a point where I would be satisfied as a superintendent with that condition. That being said, there is a dynamic move afoot to remedy that particular problem. As Lee County moves into the implementation of sterling quality and the development of a new strategic plan, the deployment plan calls for every department in the district to align its department strategic plan with the district strategic plan. The strategic plan is in design right now as we go to our customers and ask, what are your requirements of the system? And we will be developing the strategic plan between now and June. Once the broad district strategic plan is in place, then each of the divisions within the system will create a division plan, and then departments within the division, department plans, and then schools on the outside, school improvement plans that all move the district toward the achievement of the district's strategic plan. That will bring our support services into alignment behind student achievement, because our strategic plan is going to address three broad areas: student achievement, safety, and effective and efficient organizations. So we're not there yet, but if I had to answer this question a year from now, we would be well on our way. My involvement at this point is I'm the point person in Lee County for sterling quality. It's in a sense everyone's responsibility to begin to move in this direction, but I'm responsible for establishing the preliminary training, scheduling those events, getting people trained, moving the whole plan forward. We have other people that have taken on some leadership roles, but at this point in time, that it's my responsibility to get this thing going. So I hold some real promise that we will be there, but we're not there yet.
When you look at a building, what is your priority ranking of how that building should be maintained?
First, it has to be a safe building, safe from not only physical hazards, but from anti-violence, violence prevention, fire safety perspective. So when I say safe, I'm talking about the whole issue of safety, personal safety, fire safety, as well as air quality issues, safe and free from mold and mildew and airborne pathogens and those kinds of things. The next thing I look for in a building is its cleanliness. And the first and quickest test is to go into the restroom. And if you know you're in a restroom, then there's probably some work that needs to be done. If it smells like a restroom, work is needed. The third area is the aesthetic pleasantness of a building. Is it well landscaped? Is it nicely painted? Is it attractive? Those are issues that really add to customer satisfaction, especially as parents come into the schools and community members. It communicates a very positive message about a school when it is not only well maintained, but it is neat and attractive.
Can you address the privatization issue? Any attempts at privatization in Lee County that you may have had some experience with, or?
Our primary move in privatization has been to contract with ServiceMaster for custodial supplies and training. We did not contract with them for employees, but rather training and materials and supplies. The review is mixed right now on whether or not the cost of that service has paid off in improvement in our facilities. There are some people that are pleased, there are some people that are not. I know there's a real effort statewide to move toward privatization. Personally, I have a couple of concerns about privatizing services, whether it's food service, transportation, custodial services. One is, once you go down that road, it's hard to go back if things don't work out. If a school system privatizes its transportation system and things don't work out with a private vendor, it's almost impossible to start up your own transportation system from scratch because it's gone. Your drivers are gone, your buses are gone, and the financial outlay would be substantial. The other issue that we have talked about as we've talked about privatization is in a quality organization, if you reach the point, as we've talked about so far, where everyone buys into the vision of the school or the school system and they see their role in supporting teaching and learning, and we reach the point where our food service workers understand that lunch is on time and a clean cafeteria and a solid balanced meal really enhance student learning. And bus drivers, when asked what's your role in teaching and learning, say, well, I've got to get those kids to school on time and I have to have a well-disciplined bus and I'm going to greet every student in the morning with a smile and a good morning and how are you to get their day off right. Once your employees reach that level, you're really well on your way to reaching your vision of a school system where all children are going to learn and be productive workers, or in the case of your mission, in which the kids are going to have the knowledge and the skill and the ability to be responsible and productive citizens, because everyone's buying in. If you contract services out, those people aren't a part of your vision. They're a part of their corporate vision. The corporate vision is, bottom line, are we making a profit here? And so the bus drivers or the custodians or the food service workers, primary loyalty is to their company, not to the school system or the children for whom they're serving. So although I understand those that are in favor of privatization, I think before a school system would look at it, they really need to step back and weigh the big picture and the long-term implications and what the real cost may be beyond the financial in getting buy-in and getting services provided to the students.
Thank you. Any follow-ups? That's all for me. Thank you, Mrs. Secretary.
Thank you. Next is School Law, Labor Relations, and Collective Bargaining.